Dear students, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you? I hope best for you. I Mukesh Kumar welcomes you to online Mukesh Online Academy. आपका मुकेश ऑनलाइन एकेडमी में स्वागत है. And today we will start a new chapter for maths of class 8 from the NCERT. That is the chapter 3 we will start today. That is the understanding quadrilaterals. Okay. So we are going to start the understanding quadrilateral. This is the first video of this chapter. Okay. And in this video, what we are going to do, the introductory part, like what are the different kind of curves, what is a polygon, what are the different kinds of polygons, okay, and what is the angle sum property of the polygon, how do we calculate the diagonals, what are the regular, irregular, convex and concave polygons. So that introduction we will do in this video. This you might have done in the class 6 and 7th also, okay. And one usual tip for you, just keep a notebook and pen with you. Whatever we are doing in the video, just make a short note, start practicing along with me, okay. You know, in maths, practice is the only key for the success. When you practice every question, every topic in the maths 3 to 4 times, it becomes permanent in your mind. You become best into the maths. And I hope and I know that you want to become best into the maths. Okay? So let's become best. And if you have any doubt, if you have any query, either in this video or any other question related to this chapter that you are doing from this book or any other book, okay, then you can write to me on the WhatsApp or email, okay, or you can write in the comments. So we will be happy to make another video for their queries, okay. And if you want to do the live online classes through Zoom app interactive, where we are facing both each other, then also you can write to me. So we will be happy to share the details with you, okay. I hope you will enjoy this video, you will enjoy this chapter, and you must be enjoying my previous videos also for the other chapters. You must be getting knowledge out of it, okay. Kindly share it with your friends, subscribe to it, and ask your friends to subscribe. And in this video, we are going to start the chapter 3, understanding quadrilateral, the introductory part. So let's start it. So dear students, today we will start a new chapter of the NCERT maths book, that is the understanding quadrilaterals. Okay. So we have studied so much about the different shapes in the geometry in the class 6 and 7th also. So first we will just do a small recap of the things that we have learned into the class 6 and 7. Okay. So the first thing is plane surface. What is the meaning of plane surface? See, anything which is plane, like this paper. Like this paper you can see is also a plane surface. Like this paper you can see is also a plane surface. This is a plane paper. We call this plane surface. When we just put it onto the table, this becomes a plane surface. Your table can also be a plane surface. Okay. So how do we describe it? When a surface is plane, then we call it plane surface. Okay. Plane curve. Plane curve means suppose you are putting the pen here, and you just starting drawing anything you start drawing, like you drawing like this. So anything that you are doing without just putting your pen tip off, just continuously drawing, so all these becomes the plane curve. Okay. So all these two are the examples. Like suppose if we are just doing like this, then this is also the plane curve. Okay. So there are so many examples of the plane curve. So plane curve we can describe in its sense that when we join a number of points without lifting the pencil from the paper and without retracing any portion of the drawing, means we don't have to repeat that, okay, other than a single point. So this becomes the plane curve. We get a plane curve. Okay, I hope you understood this. This we have already studied to the class 6 and 7. Okay, so but how do we consider the curves in a daily life? Okay, so in everyday life, so what is the meaning of curve? Curve is not a straight line. Okay, suppose if we say this thing, then this will not be a straight line, this will mean curve. But in our daily life we may not mean this curve. The next one, this way may not mean the curve, this way may not mean this is the curve, but the straight lines we may not mean the curve in the daily life. But when it comes to the mathematics, even the straight line becomes a curve. Okay, so it can be any shape. But if we say in mathematics, even a straight line can be a curve. Suppose if we draw a straight line, then this is also a curve in the mathematics. I hope you understood it. Okay, so now we will study about the simple curves and curves which are not simple. So then we will study the simple curves. Simple curve means when the curve does not cross itself. Okay, suppose we can see these two curves. This is the one curve and this is the second curve. Here you can see that this is not crossing, and here you can see this curve is crossing. So simple curve means if a curve does not cross itself. Okay, if it is a simple curve, then it can be a open curve and it can be a closed curve. So this is the example of open curve that we have drawn, and this is the example of closed curve that we have drawn. Okay, but this is not a simple curve. Okay, clear? So we can see the examples of simple curves, like this is the example of a simple curve which is open, like this is the example of simple curve which is open. Okay, so these are the examples of the simple curves which are open. The second, we have a closed curve. See, the closed curve means which is closed, like this is the example of a closed curve, so it is closed. Okay, like this is the example of a closed curve, like this is the example of a closed curve. So these are the simple and closed curves. Okay, and then the curves which is not simple, not a simple curve. Not a simple curve means when it is crossing itself. Okay, so we can write that if a curve crosses itself, then it becomes a not a simple curve. Like this is the example that we have drawn, which is not a simple curve. So we can write this way, like this is not a simple curve, this is not a simple curve, this is not a simple curve. Okay, so these are the examples of not the simple curves. Okay, so now let's repeat it. So we have the curve means any shape which can be a curve in mathematics. Okay, but in daily life, simple lines we are not considered as a curve, but in mathematics even single lines are also considered as a curve. Okay, we have the simple curves means when it does not cross itself. So if it is open, that means this initial point and final points are not touching together, then it becomes a open curve. When the initial point and final point becomes one, okay, then it becomes a closed, that means it becomes a closed shape. So this is a closed curve, this is a closed curve, this is a closed curve, and when the curve crosses itself, then it is not a simple curve. So now let's do some example which is given into the NCERT. Okay, see here in this one we have to match the following. Okay, we have to match simple curves and closed curve based on the knowledge that we have done. Okay, now let's do the first one. So the first one, we have just two lines, so it is a curve, but these two lines are not touching each other, so we cannot say it is closed. So we can just call it simple curve that is not closed. Okay, now the second thing, this is crossing, you can say this is crossing here, so it is a simple, not a simple curve, so it will not be a Simple curve, as we have learned above, that with the curve which crosses each other, okay, which crosses the initial line, is not a simple curve, so it is not a simple curve. Now this is closed. Basically, the initial or final point, if suppose if we keep the initial point here, means after making the curve we are coming at the same point, so we can call it a simple and closed curve. See, here also both side it is closed, but it is crossing at this point. So you can say that it is a closed curve that is not simple. So this way we can match all these figures. Clear? I hope you would have understood this example which is given in the NCERT book. Now let's do the polygon. The polygon. Polygon, as you have studied into the class 6 also, it is a closed figure with 3 or more sides. Or you can say it is a closed simple curve with sides. A closed simple curve with sides. This is how we can describe a polygon. So the definition of polygon is a simple closed curve made up of only line segments is called polygon. Okay, or we can just describe in a different way also, or you can say that a closed figure with 3 or more sides, or you can say line segment. Just be remember, we cannot have the closed figure with just 2 lines. Suppose if these 2 lines are given, it cannot be a closed figure. It will be a closed figure only if we just draw the third line also. Then only it becomes a closed figure. So we can say the polygon is a closed figure, 3 or more sides or line segments. Okay. So we will take just some example. Let's say the curves which are polygon. Okay. So just as we have seen above, so this is a polygon, this is a polygon, this is a polygon, even this is a polygon. So all these shapes are the polygons. Okay. Now let's do the curve which are not polygon. So like if we like this shape, then this is not a polygon. Like this is not a polygon because they are crossing each other. Like this is a open figure, open curve, so this is also not a polygon. Okay, so when a curve is not simple and when the curve is open, then these both are not polygon. Only those curves which are simple and closed. So what we can write? So these are simple and closed, and these are not simple, okay, and open. Both of them are called the, both are not the polygon. I hope you understood this clearly. Now comes the types of polygon. Different types of polygon, or you can say the classification of polygon. We can call that classification of polygon. So we will just make a table here. Okay, we will just in the one side we will write number of sides, or we can say vertex. Okay, and then we will write the name of polygon, and here we will draw the figure of that polygon, how it looks. Okay, see, as I told you that it will start with the at least 3 vertices, and then we call this the triangle. If it has the 3 sides, then this polygon is called the triangle, and this is the figure that we can draw either this way or that way. Any kind of triangle we can draw as a figure. Okay, if the number of sides of vertex is 4, then it will be a quadrilateral. Okay, so we can draw figure like this. Then this is a quadrilateral, this is a quadrilateral, even this is a quadrilateral. So all these are the quadrilaterals. If the number of vertices is 5, then it becomes a pentagon. And pentagon means with the 5 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 sides, this is a pentagon. Okay, here we have the 5 vertices. See, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these are the 5 vertices. If we have the 6 sides of 6 vertices, then it becomes a hexagon. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 sides. Okay. If it has the 7 sides of vertices, then it becomes a heptagon. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay. Then 8, then it becomes a octagon. That means it will be having the 8 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and okay. Now 9. Then we call it nonagon. Then it will be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. It is a nonagon. Means it will be having the 9 vertices. Then number of sides 10. Then it will be called as a decagon. Okay. Then we have to draw the figure with the 10 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. You know, as the number of sides are increasing, the figure is going more towards the circle and circle and circle and circle and circle. Okay. Now the same way we can just do the, suppose if it has the n number of sides, then it will be called as a n-gon. And then we can draw the figure according to that. Okay. So now let's just repeat it again. If it has the 3 vertices, 3 sides, then it is a triangle. If it is 4 sides, then it is quadrilateral. For 5 sides, pentagon. 6 sides of vertices, hexagon. 7 sides of vertices, heptagon. 8 sides of vertices, octagon. 9 sides of vertices, nonagon. And if it is 10 sides of vertices, then it is a decagon. And if it is n sides, means n number of sides, then we can call it n. And we can draw the figure accordingly. Okay. Now comes to the diagonal. Diagonal means if we join the alternate vertices, means non-continuous. They should not be adjacent. If we vertices the non-adjacent, okay, the non-continuous vertices, then we call it a diagonal. Okay, or you can say the non-consecutive. So we can say that a line segment connecting two non-consecutive vertices of a polygon. So actually in geometry we have to just understand it by drawing the figure. Okay. Now suppose this is a quadrilateral. So see A, B, C, D. Okay. We cannot have AB. So AC will be a one diagonal and BD will be a one diagonal. So AB and CD are diagonals. Okay. Suppose if it is like this, this is also a quadrilateral ABCD. So here alternate vertices are AC and BD. So here also AC and BD are diagonal. But there is a difference between them. Here the both are in the interior. Interior means the inside. See, interior means inside. This is the interior part and this is the out exterior part. Okay. So now here the AC, this is in the interior of quadrilateral and this is BD is in the exterior of quadrilateral. Okay. So this is the thing that we have to just learn. Clear? Now we have to check the number of diagonals in the different figures. So we will again just make a table. Okay. So the name of polygon and number of diagonals, and we will draw the figure for few and figure. Okay. As we know, our polygon starts with the number of sides 3, so it will have no diagonal. A triangle doesn't have any kind of diagonal because it does not have the non-consecutive points. There are no non-consecutive points. All the points are consecutive, so it will not have any number of diagonals. So we just write 0. Okay. Now we have to name the polygon with the figure 4. Means it is a quadrilateral. This is triangle with 3 sides. This is quadrilateral. Any kind of quadrilateral with the 4 sides. Then it will have the 2 diagonals. That means I just shown you the above also. One is this diagonal and another is this diagonal. These are the 2 diagonals. Okay. If we come to the pentagon, means it will be having the 5 sides, then it will have the 5 diagonals. See, this is the pentagon, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So let's draw with some other color. See, this is one diagonal, this is the second diagonal. Okay, now from this point, this is the third diagonal and this is the fourth diagonal. From this point we have already drawn, so this is the fifth diagonal. From this point we have already drawn, from this point we have already drawn, so it has the 5 diagonals here. Clear? Then comes the hexagon, 6 sides, so it will have the 9 diagonals. Okay, I'll tell you the formula also. This is the hexagon. See, if we draw the number of diagonals here, so this point will be joined to this one diagonal, this point joined to be to this second diagonal, this point will be joined to this third diagonal. Come to this point will be joined to this fourth, this is joined to this fifth, and this is joined to this sixth. Now come from this point. Now this point, we have already one half diagonal. Now this is the next diagonal and this is the next diagonal. Now from this point, we already have drawn 2 diagonals, this one and this one. So we can draw this third diagonal from this point. From this we have already drawn 3 diagonals. From this we have already drawn the 3 diagonals. So total number of diagonals will become 9. So as you can see pattern here, 0, then coming 2, then we are adding 3, then we are adding 4. So if it is heptagon, sometimes it is also called as septagon, then it will have the 14 diagonals. If it is octagon, then it will have the 20 diagonals. Then if it is nonagon, 9, then it will have the 27 diagonals. Okay, so same way we can just conclude, we are adding 2 here, we are adding 3 here, we are adding 4 here, 5 here, 6 here, 7 here. And if you can learn this table, it is best. Or otherwise, formula you can learn, the formula to find number of diagonals. Okay, this formula is, so number of diagonals equals to n bracket n minus 3 divided by 2, where n is the number of sides. Okay, just do the calculation. Here we have 0, that means number of sides 3, so that means 3 minus 3 0. When we multiply 0 with any number is 0, we get the 0 diagonals. When we calculate with the quadrilateral, so 4 minus 3 is 1, but so we are getting 4 into 1, 1, 4 by 2, so we have the 2 diagonals. You just put the number of sides in this formula, you will get the same number of diagonals which I have written above. So either you can learn or you can just learn the formula. So how to find the number of diagonals, because you know when the number of sides are given more and you are asked to find the number of diagonals, then you will have the need of this formula. I hope you have understood it. Now we have the convex polygon. You know what is the meaning of convex polygon? When all the vertices are pointing to outward, okay, to the outside, they are bulging out, or you can say there is nothing in the interior of it, there is no diagonal in the interior of it. So how can we describe the convex polygon? When all vertices are pointing outward. Okay, this is the first point that we can consider. The second point, the diagonals are in the interior of polygon. Interior means inside the polygon. Interior of polygon. I have just drawn above. Okay, and no diagonal or their portion are in the exterior of polygon. Okay, so all these shapes, like this shape, like this shape, like this shape, like this shape, all these shapes that we have described above are the example of the convex polygon. Okay, now the concave polygon, see, just opposite to it, then some of the vertices may be pointing inwards. When some of vertices are pointing inward, then it becomes a concave polygon. Okay, the shape we can draw like this is the shape. You can say this is in the inside. We can draw the shape like this. You can see that this is inside, okay, not the outside. We can draw like this. You can say these 2 points are inside, okay. So there are so many diagrams that we can draw for the concave polygon, okay. So you can say here that some of the, see, this will be the diagonal which in the exterior. See, this is the diagonal which will be in the exterior. So this is the diagonal which in the exterior. This is in the diagonal which is in the exterior. Some of the diagonals are in the exterior of polygon. Okay. So now let's repeat it. See, convex polygon means when the vertices are pointing outwards. Okay. So these, you can say they are all pointing outward, and their diagonal will be inside. Like here this will be inside, here this will be inside. So all the diagonals will be in the inside. Concave polygon means some of the vertices are pointing inward. Like see, you can see this is inward and this is outward. Same here, this is inward, this is outward. So here the diagonal, one diagonal is coming outside. Here also one diagonal is coming outside. Here two diagonals are coming outside. Here also one diagonal is coming in the exterior. So this is how we can describe the convex and concave polygons. Now comes the regular polygon and irregular polygon. Regular polygon. See, the regular polygon means when all the sides are equal and all the angles are equal. You can say if a polygon have its number one, all sides equal. All sides equal means equilateral. Okay, all side equal means equilateral. And number two, all angles are equal. Then means it is called the equiangular. So in the regular polygon, the both should be satisfied. Okay, it should have the equal sides also, and it should have the equal angles also. Clear? I hope you got it. So that means it is called a regular polygon. Let's take in some example. See, the regular polygon with three sides, it is called the equilateral triangle that you have learned in the class 6 also, because it has all the angles and all the sides equal. Regular polygon with four sides is called the square, because it has all the angles are equal 90 degree and all the sides are also equal. But regular polygon with five sides is called the regular pentagon. There is no special name given to it. And for six sides it is called regular hexagon, and so on. Okay, so if it is coming 3 and 4 sides, then the names are given equilateral triangle and square. Then after that we will just call them regular pentagon, regular hexagon, regular heptagon, and so on. Okay, then comes the irregular polygon. Irregular polygon means the sides are not equal. Okay, the sides of a polygon are not equal. You know, if the sides are not equal, then definitely their angles will also not be equal. So we can call it just the isosceles or the scalene type. These all are the irregular polygons. Okay. Next comes the angle sum property. Then we have the angle sum property. You know, the angle sum property means the sum of all the interior angles of a polygon. Okay, if we take the sum of all the interior angles of a polygon, then it becomes, then we call it a angle sum property. So what we call it, the sum of all interior angles of a polygon is called the angle sum property. That also you have studied into the class 6 and 7. So let's make a table, name of polygon. Okay, and sum of interior angle. Here just you need to learn a table, or I'll just tell you the formula. If it is a triangle, it has three sides. Okay, then sum we have already studied is 180 degree. If it is quadrilateral, this also we have studied, then it will have the 4 number of sides, then its sum is 360 degree. I hope these two most of the students have need. Now if it is pentagon, it has the 5 number of sides, then it will become 540 degree. If it is hexagon, means 6 sides, then it will have 720 degree. If it is heptagon, means the 7 number of sides, it will have the 900 degree. If it is octagon, means the 8 number of sides, it will have the 1080 degrees. Okay. If it is nonagon, means the 9 number of sides, it will have the 1260 degrees. Okay, and so on. You can just look here, you can just learn for the triangle and just add 180 degree at each step, or you can just learn the table of 18, okay, and put 0 into the last. This is the one way of doing it, or you can learn the formula. So what is the formula? Sum of interior angles of a polygon is equal to n minus 2 into 180 degree. So this way either you can learn, like if we just for the triangle, then where n is the number of sides, you can see here the n equal to 3, that means 3 minus 2 into 180 degree, which is equal to 180 degree. If it is for quadrilateral, then n equal to 4, that means 4 minus 2 into 180 degree, that means 2 into 180 degree, which is 360 degree. So either by using this formula, you can find the sum of interior angle of any polygon by using this formula, or you just learn this table, then it will be a little longer than. Okay, if it is triangle, then 180, then 360, 540, 720. So at each step you are adding 180 degree, or you can say you are having a table of 80. I hope this is clear to you. All this introduction in which we have learned about the simple curves, complex curves. Okay. So what we learned today? We learned about the curves, simple curves, open curve, closed curve. Then we did one example from the NCERT book. Okay. Then we did about the polygon, different kind of polygon like triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, and so on. Okay. Then we did about the diagonals. We learned about the formula of the diagonals. Okay. And I told you how to make the diagonals. Okay. Convex and concave polygons. Okay. Regular and irregular polygons, and the angle sum property. So this is the introduction of this chapter before the exercise 3.1. I hope you would have understood clearly. If you have any doubt, then you can write to me on the WhatsApp or email. So dear students, in the next video we will do the exercise 3.1. So thank you so much for your watching. Write your comments about the video, any query, any doubt about the topic into the comment box, or you can write to me on the WhatsApp or email. And if you want to get the live online classes through Zoom app interactive, then also you can write to me on the WhatsApp or email. We will be happy to share the details with you. Okay, I hope you would have understood the topic. Okay, kindly share it with your friends. Subscribe to it. Ask your friend to subscribe. Thank you so much.